yeah, a really long road to here, but so happy to finally release it.
The Trews are one of Canada's most beloved rock bands, and on Friday they released their new album, The Wanderer, an album that was supposed to come out over 365 days ago.
We started the record in 2019 in Nashville, Tennessee, with Rich Robinson of the Black Crowes producing. We were supposed to finish it up there in March of 2020, but, you know.
I'm gonna finish Netflix in a global pandemic.
One of the first singles off the new project became an anthem for many fans who are still waiting for life to get somewhat back to normal from the pandemic.
Do you think kind of being forced to not go to, because you're a tour beast, you do shows like every day, not having that kind of pressure of going to the shows impacted the writing or even the musicianship on this album?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot more time to do this kind of thing. Like albums were always in between tours up until now. Like we'd finish a tour and then have to get back into the studio and come up with some songs and stuff. But this time around, we had a lot of time to think and sit around. And
also, then the pandemic literally informed a bunch of songs too, just like in the topics. You know, like again, whatever you're living through, it's going to come out in your work.
Of the 13 tracks on the album, Song to My Future Self was inadvertently inspired by a quote from the late Gord Downie.
It was an old interview he was doing, and I was just feeling like, like crap, like everybody else after he passed away, and I just missed him. And he said something in one of his interviews that was like, get out while you can still cry. And that just stuck in my brain forever. And then when I wrote this song, I didn't even realize that's where that came from until I was like, oh yeah, that was from that.
They not only have a new album out, they have a new adventure, their own beer.
How did this happen? Give me like the backstory to this and how we got to here.
Well, the very fine people at Nickelbrook offered up this opportunity for a collab, and we've been drinking their beer. I always say that, me and beer have been endorsing each other since day one. We went through this sort of like back and forth about what we wanted the beer to be like, and I have kind of specific tastes of what I like, and we landed on this style of Pilsner, and they brewed it to perfection, and it's called Trews Tone.
For City News, I'm Lindsay Dunn.